Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Matthew, as you know. I am recording this Sunday, so happy Easter everyone. The Lord is risen. Who would have thought? I have been waiting for this trailer for so long, just like the rest of you fans. I am so excited for this. I won't lie though, I said that Season 3 of Mando was my most anticipated show this year, so I can't say I was anticipating this the most. Nevertheless, I'm hella ready and I'm hella excited, so let's see how good this looks. It's been so hard to avoid watching all the videos. I've seen all the people posting their breakdowns, clips, things like that. There was one spoiler I couldn't avoid, which sucks, but I mean, I don't know. I guess that's the one negative about like having to wait till a good time where I can record my reaction, because I did get one spoiler, but the trailer came out a day ago and has 8.1 million views, so here we go.
Something's coming.
Is that a fall?
Something dark.
Oh shit. Oh.
I sense it.
A temple? Oh, Red?
This is a new beginning.
Sabine! Yo!
For some, war.
Yo. Yo, the ghost!
For others,
Hera?
power.
Chopper? Dude, what? Dude!
It's been a while. Things have changed.
Oh my god! They recreated
Started
Rebels.
hearing whispers.
They recreated the ending. Holy.
The Loved One's
Holy.
return
Yo!
as heir to the Empire.
Oh! Oh!
First,
What?
the Jedi fell a long time ago.
Oh shit.
There aren't many left.
Yo, is that Ezra? Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Holy shit, this Easter is the best Easter in centuries, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Oh my gosh. I am flabbergasted. I don't even know what to say. Man. So y'all, the beginning of this, I believe this is Ahsoka finding an ancient Jedi temple, and she cuts her way down into it instead of using the Force, because like we saw in the Lothal Jedi temple, she could use the Force to get in it, or Ezra and Kanan could, and you probably could on this one too, but she was just like, nope, modern problems require modern solutions, and just cuts the roof away. Okay, y'all, what's really great about this, I love Dave Filoni. I feel like within a 2-week period, they planned. I feel like they were going to have one of the Rebels crew from the 4 seasons appear in The Mandalorian, and they planned for it to be Zeb. And on top of that, they just had to make sure that it was close enough to this trailer releasing, the Star Wars Celebration. So they had it later in the Mando season to where within a 2-week period, the entire Ghost crew was revealed in live action. That is so cool to experience as a fan. I love all Star Wars fans. This Mandalorian especially does a great job at helping casuals enjoy Star Wars. But this season is seriously getting into like where casuals will be very confused if they haven't seen 4 seasons of Rebels, because this serves as Rebels season 5. And they said at Star Wars Celebration this weekend that this show, season 1, is basically the true introductions, and they name dropped it to Heir of the Empire. Heir of the Empire is one of the most popular pre-Disney comics, where a lot of people, still consider the old stuff canon because they say it doesn't hurt current canon. It isn't canon, but what's great is that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are pulling good aspects of old canon into their new canon. So the old canon version of Heir to the Empire has a lot more to do with Luke Skywalker, Mara Jade, stuff like that. And they're pulling the Heir to the Empire story and basically making the Mandoverse, all the shows, Skeleton Crew, Ahsoka, Mando, the Book of Boba Fett, lead to an Avengers level threat, which is Thrawn. And the entire thing is Heir to the Empire. Also, y'all, what was announced at Star Wars Celebration, there were a lot of announcements. This isn't like a update y'all on the announcements video, but they confirmed, a lot of people have wanted this for a long time, Dave Filoni is going to get to direct his first movie. And it's going to be a movie to culminate the events of all 4 of these shows. So it's basically going to be a movie as the cap for the Mandoverse. That's going to be freaking amazing, ladies and gentlemen. And what's scary about it, though, is that we could lose a lot of named characters. Sabine, Hera, Zeb, Chopper, Hera and Kanan's son, Jason Syndulla, Ezra, Mando, Grogu, Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, Fennec Shand, all these characters. That's 11 beloved characters that could die by the end of the Mandoverse, y'all. And I mean, I've said about the MCU, I think a big problem with the MCU is them keeping characters alive and being afraid to kill characters, or killing characters and having them come back, which is even worse. So maybe it would be best to send some of these epic characters out with a bang, y'all. And I'm gonna cry. I'll admit it. I'm gonna cry like a little bitch. Also, though, I wish it would be a trilogy of movies. I believe that the Mandoverse movie will be great, but I think a trilogy as a caphead would also just be stupid awesome.
This is a new beginning. For some, war. For others, power.
What's really interesting in this snippet, ladies and gentlemen, is these droids that are coming at Ahsoka are the same droids that the Magistrate from Season 2, Episode 4 of Mandalorian, they're the same kind of droids, which is just a good thing to do. It's proving that she truly was part of Thrawn's forces, and we see that chick, the Magistrate that Ahsoka beats in that episode. We see her later in this trailer as well, commanding one of his ships. Then we also get the introduction to these 2 dark side users. Now what's really interesting is after Episode 6, it makes you wonder, I mean, this is an old man, and the Mandoverse stuff starts 5 years after Return of the Jedi. So this guy would have had to be a dark side user while Palpatine and Vader were reigning. So what is interesting about that, and I don't think it's confusing in a way where it's like Star Wars is taking the L. I think it's a mystery that we don't know, which part of Star Wars having mysteries about it that you never know is cool. Like, I don't know that I would ever want to fully know everything about the origins of the Force, or of the light and dark side, or of Yoda's species even. You know, there's things that are better off being mysteries. But I think this is a mystery that's set up to build intrigue for the show, and it's working. Because how could him and what might be his apprentice be dark side users during Palpatine's reign? How would they not be hunted down? Because like we saw in Rebels, Maul's not a Jedi, but the Inquisitors were also hunting him. And Dave Filoni confirmed, this is what I got spoiled for me. I got the image of this male dark side user spoiled, and I was bummed about that. But Dave confirmed that these aren't supposed to be full-on orange lightsabers, not full-on red lightsabers. It's supposed to be something in between. And hey, I mean, I'm down. I'm down. What's weird though is we've seen Jedi use yellow, so it's like, oh, but orange is crossing the line. Orange is dark side user. This summer, too. My God.
It's been a while. Things have changed.
What's interesting about Ahsoka, y'all, it's probably just her maturity, but I feel like the live action stuff we've gotten of her, besides her having some great conversations and dialogue with Luke during the Book of Boba Fett, she seemed very somber and serious and straight to the point, and I suppose she should be, but like, it doesn't seem like she smiles at all in this trailer, you know? Also, the Rebels fans may be confused on this, but that snippet I just showed is essentially a live action recreation of the final scene of the Rebels show, and that is super cool, the detail they're going to in this.
I started hearing whispers.
Oh my God.
About Thrawn's return. heir to the Empire.
So what's interesting about this scene is these ships look a little different. That's because they're New Republic fleet ships. We get to see Mon Mothma in one, and we also get to see Ahsoka and Sabine's ship. They leave at the end of the Rebels finale. We get to see them going into the New Republic ship, probably to either update the New Republic forces and Mon Mothma, who becomes the Chancellor of the New Republic, or the other way around. And I think that'll be really interesting because as we've been seeing in The Mandalorian, the New Republic is spread thin and then also not taking threats seriously. And the reason they're doing that is to explain the rise of the First Order. And so we're still at Imperial remnants during the Mandoverse, but the Mandoverse could end with the founding of the First Order or something like that. Because as we can see, Ahsoka has heard rumors of Thrawn's return. She's been hunting him even during the events of Mando Season 2. And maybe she's updating Mon Mothma that the Imperial remnants are still around and that she shouldn't be demilitarizing.
We have to prepare for the worst. The Jedi fell a long time ago. There aren't many left.
So this is curious as hell, ladies and gentlemen, because it looks like, I was saying in the beginning of this, how could these two dark side users be around when Palps and the Vade are chilling, And maybe the thing is, we see Ahsoka encountering the man in what I think is the world between worlds in live action. So maybe in a way, the guy and his apprentice, maybe they're thousands of years old and you don't age in the world between worlds. But again, world between worlds is the world between worlds. There's a portion of fans that would love for Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau to write the sequels out of existence. And they want that to happen with the world between worlds. So maybe that really could be what they're doing. Because otherwise, I wonder why the world between worlds would be used again if it wasn't to rewrite part of the timeline. But then again, y'all, there's rumors and leaks that Hayden Christensen might be making a cameo in this show. So maybe the world between worlds could be used for Ahsoka to visit some memories. Or maybe she'll even get haunted by Anakin. Like, why did you let this happen to me? Like she did in Rebels. In Rebels, she got taunted by the Force showing her Anakin and him blaming her for his fall. They could do a bunch of interesting stuff with the world between worlds in this. We also get to see Sabine looking at a hologram of Ezra, ladies and gentlemen. So Ezra will be back in this show. It'll be interesting to hear where him and Thrawn were all that time, because obviously Thrawn's back in the main galaxy after Ezra launched him and the Space Whales and Thrawn into the unknown regions. If Thrawn's back, Ezra's back, so hopefully Ahsoka finds Ezra in this. Also, y'all, a lot of people were kind of bummed when the Book of Boba Fett showed us with Ahsoka and Luke already knowing who each other are. I enjoyed those scenes 100%, but what people were bummed about, including me, was we don't get to see them meet, or we don't get to see them. Imagine them sitting around a campfire and Luke telling Ahsoka that Anakin turned back to the light side and that he died a hero, and her just crying by the fire in happiness. Maybe I'm cheesy and y'all are like, this is why fans shouldn't write things. I'm just saying, I would love to see a scene of them connecting on an emotional level, and Luke telling Ahsoka that it's okay, that Anakin is one with the Force and he died a good man. I would love something like that. I would cry. Like I said, I would cry like a bitch. We get to see the female one shooting at Ahsoka and Sabine's ship in outer space. So, I mean, we're definitely getting a conflict between them. But we have seen Ahsoka beat multiple Sith and hold her own against Maul and beat Maul. I'm wondering how are they going to make these, like, that dark side user a threat? Like, can she really stand up to Ahsoka? Also, what's interesting though is that this season is going to have a House of the Dragon style time jump in it. So what very well may happen is if they do 8 episodes like Mando has done, what's really interesting is that 3 or 4 episodes in, they're going to have a time jump. So what could happen is the first 4 episodes are our immediately after the events of Rebels Season 4 and show Sabine and Ahsoka leaving. And that could still, well, no, because the 4th brother's already dead by that point. So maybe this Inquisitor isn't the 4th brother? But it looks so much like him in my opinion. Like, this is a very close live action remake, in my opinion, of what the fourth brother would look like. This droid is from an arc in the Clone Wars where Yoda takes a new batch of younglings to Ilum to find their lightsaber crystals. And after they do, Ahsoka's going back with them on this Jedi cruiser with this old droid that's helped thousands of Jedi build their lightsabers, including Master Yoda. That's how old this droid is.
Perhaps it is time to begin again.
I love this line from him. It sounds like he wants to start rebuilding the Order with Ahsoka after Return of the Jedi. And I wonder if we'll see a different point of her mindset on this, because during Mando Season 2, she told Mando that she wasn't a Jedi anymore and she can't train Grogu. So I wonder if we'll get to see a different mindset of her. We know the whole point of Jedi Fallen Order, Cal gets the holocron, and after all the visions he got, he realizes that if he were to try to rescue the kids, they would be hunted down and killed by the Inquisitors, just like Seer was and Seer's apprentice became an Inquisitor. And so the whole thing, the whole point that Cal realizes during Jedi Fallen Order is that it's better for him to cut the holocron in half and destroy it and let those kids' Force abilities fade away like they never had them, rather than them have death, or worse, turned into Inquisitors and deal out death. So he destroys it because he realizes that the time before A New Hope, there's no way that the Jedi Order can be built then. So I'm interested to see if there's a different vibe of that with Ahsoka right now. And y'all, another thing is they just announced that episode 10 of Star Wars will be made. Technically, they didn't say it's called episode 10, but they're doing a movie with Rey trying to rebuild the Order 15 years after the rise of Skywalker. If they do that, I think it would be really interesting, since she is probably the only Jedi left, if you even want to call her that. If we see some Force ghosts like Yoda or Mark Hamill reprising his role as Luke, even if the way they dealt Luke was super bad, imagine seeing Grandmaster Luke Skywalker as a Force ghost helping give a lesson. I mean, I don't think that Force ghosts would have ever been meant for that or had to have been used for that by the Jedi, but with how few are left, there's one Jedi left, I don't know, that could be an interesting thing to see. But I feel like there's still a ton of work to be done to make the sequels even make sense. I feel like it's too early to announce an episode 10. But y'all, I mean, like I say, I'm not against Star Wars. I hope that they do that well. I will say though, I would prefer to see, like this droid says, perhaps it's time to start again. I would love a series on seeing Grandmaster Luke Skywalker building up his order. And if they want to explain why Luke acts like a hermit and a bitch in episodes 7 and 8, you know, I'm excited to see Luke at the height of his power, like in the season 2 finale. But if they did a show on like rebuilding the Order after episode 6 before episode 7, it could be really interesting to see the fall of Luke's temple, and that could be used whether fans like it or not. That to me would be the way to explain how Luke becomes like he is in episodes 7 and 8. But we shall see, y'all. They gotta work hella hard. They gotta write like insane stuff. They gotta do some insane god tier writing. They want to make all that make sense. Enough talking about those other projects, y'all. Focus back in on Ahsoka with me. This looks freaking amazing. Heir to the Empire is one of the most popular Star Wars comics. It's no longer canon, but they're making a new canon version of it, y'all. And like I said, there's at least 11 beloved characters that won't necessarily go down in the Ahsoka show, but that's 11 beloved characters that, if this all does lead up to a Mandoverse movie led by Dave Filoni, man, he could really do a bunch of damage. And he created Ahsoka, ladies and gentlemen, which is why when people see his name attached to Mandalorian episodes, they believe Ahsoka could be in it, because he wants to do all the writing for his baby girl. If anyone's gonna kill Ahsoka, it would have to be approved by him, y'all. And what other place would you do it? I mean, she's not in Rise of Skywalker. By the time of Rise of Skywalker, she's dead. She's one of the voices talking to Rey and helping transfer her Force abilities and power into Rey for her to be able to stand up to all the Sith. So y'all, I think a lot of tears can come. I think a lot of joy can come from this. I'm very, very excited. This will be multiple seasons, by the way, if that wasn't clear to anyone. This will be a multiple season show, just like Book of Boba Fett and Mando. So we'll have at least 4 seasons of Mando, at least 2 of Book of Boba, at least 2 of Ahsoka. That's over 8 seasons of shows leading into, plus Skeleton Crew, so 9 seasons leading into Heir to the Empire. So this movie could really be badass, and I'm so very excited for this show. Ladies and gentlemen, like this video if you like the video. Leave a comment if you want to share your own thoughts. Hit the bell to stay notified for more Star Wars videos, more trailer reactions, more Dying Light, more reviews. Sub to the channel if you enjoy this kind of content. I'm hyped as heck, y'all. This is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. I'll see you on the next one.